If you had asked me at the beginning of the year for my opinions on Animal Crossing as a franchise, they would greatly differ from the way I feel today. I mean, to tell me that Animal Crossing would be one of my Game of the Year contenders for 2020 just a few months ago, I would have thought you were absolutely crazy. I mean, my only exposure to the series was the very first DS game, the Happy Home Designer game for the 3DS, and that weird Wii U Amiibo Festival game. So, a lot of hardcore AC fans would probably say I had one of the worst introductions to the series overall. And it would be no surprise why my opinions of the franchise were probably, way off mark. My fiance is one of those purists who's had, quite a lot of experience playing Animal Crossing games and always held Animal Crossing to this really high standard and put it on a pedestal, despite not being much of a gamer outside of some other Nintendo titles. Seeing how excited she got about this game actually further solidified my own opinions that Animal Crossing was a bit of a casual game, maybe more aimed at kids than anything. Release day came around and my fiance had secured herself one of the limited edition Switch consoles, which was an absolute miracle given how popular the Switches in general have been since the whole COVID-19 outbreak started. So, whilst they were sold out virtually everywhere we looked, we just happened to find the limited edition one in stock at PC World and snapped it right up. Now, just before we get into this is just a quick reminder this isn't a review, but really just a quick impressions video of my time in the game so far. So don't expect anything too detailed about the game as a whole, but I'll just go into a few of the points that either really impressed me or I think have been crucial to my experience so far. Animal Crossing New Horizons is incredible. I've sunk around 30 hours into it so far, and I'm nowhere near any form of completion or even feeling satisfied with, putting the game down for more than a couple of hours. But with every passing hour, I grow fonder of this free and open gameplay loop that it's created, and this little world that I really feel I'm helping build. Admittedly, in the first hour or so, I still found myself stuck into the initial mentality of, it's all a bit too cutesy and this really isn't for me. But I reached a point where I just had to let all my preconceptions of the game go and just really enjoy the experience I was about to embark on. From there, it was nothing but pure unbridled joy. Animal Crossing surprisingly doesn't really hold hands and encourages exploration and discovery through the player's own intrigue. Now, this I found a little bit uncomfortable as it was new to me, really. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't have a lot of experience with the franchise, so whilst a lot of people who have played the other games would think this is normal, I didn't. Luckily, I had an Animal Crossing expert on hand to help me when I got stuck, but I can see how more maybe my overthinking and overcomplicating of certain situations and gameplay aspects probably got me more stuck than the game itself. The early gameplay cycle is simple. Pick your island, place your tent, start gathering resources, and start paying back Tom Nook. You build tools to help with gathering, which are all, kind of low durability, fairly flimsy things that you make, and they need replacing often, but they get you by for the tasks at hand. This improves as the game goes on and you find more recipes. You sell what you find, whether it's fruit from trees, catching bugs, fishing, little things like that. And this cycle goes on until you're slowly introduced to more aspects of the game, like the advanced recipes to build bigger and better tools, as well as the decorative items for your house and your island. You're also slowly introduced to the main characters of the series, whether it's the series staple Tom Nook and his twin apprentices Timmy and Tommy, who will run the island shop, or, Blathers the Owl, who comes onto your island and then wants you to basically open a museum, which, again, is one of my most favourite parts of the game to be doing. As the time goes on, you will find more and more of these kind of purpose-built characters who will come to stay on your island, as well as the ones that you can invite to live on your island in general. That is part of the game. You will find that you don't, progress in the game until you've actually invited a certain amount of islanders to come and live with you. But it's important to know that, anyone who you invite on your island doesn't really get in your way, but it just helps create this sense of community, which is really, really nice. An important part of the New Horizons journey is your phone. This allows you to access certain menus and apps such as the Nook Miles app, which we'll get to in a bit more detail in a minute. There's also your Critterpedia, where all the fish and bugs you've caught are detailed. Even a design creator, where you can make new designs for either your house walls or floors, or your clothes, or even just create general artwork. Other things it also does for you is help you communicate with your friends, help you get rescued if you get stuck on your island, and also check out all of the item recipes that you currently own. There is still plenty that needs to be done outside of the phone, which is ideal. I see how they could have made it possible to have everything from selling all of your items to buying your house upgrades to be done inside the phone menu, but it'd take away a massive part of the interaction side of the game. Plus, it's still very satisfying to physically go and do all of that stuff and interact with the characters and have them have that conversation with you. There's nothing like paying off your mortgage and Tom Nook landing another one straight in your lap. The most important app for me is the aforementioned Nook Miles app. In this game, Nook Miles are the currency that will drive your character development, personalisation, and ability to travel off island. You can even pay off your initial moving fees with the miles. In the phone app, you can also see all of your challenges, which are kind of like achievements, and many of them are multi-staged. After a certain point, you'll also gain access to the Nook Miles Plus, which sets 5 daily challenges, which are usually double points or more, and then an unlimited kind of range of bonus tasks just to keep the miles rolling in. You'll use these points to buy tickets to random resource islands, expand your inventory space, or buy organisational tools to help create a quick select menu for your actual tools. There's also the ability to buy recipes for kind of island and house decoration stuff too, as well as a dedicated store to buy clothing. The ability to travel off island is one I found really useful. Initially I had thought it was a bit expensive at 2,000 Nook Miles per ticket, but it's actually the perfect amount. Given that in any hour or so play session, it's really easy to build up that many miles through either accomplishments or the Nook Miles Plus tasks. You can travel to what is essentially a random island. It may be flatland full of bamboo trees, bugs but no fish, or a 3-tiered island where there's fruits that you don't currently have on your own island and all sorts of kind of flowers on the floor. Either way, these travels off-island have proven very useful for either gathering resources, gathering selling materials, or just gathering new things to populate your own island. What surprised me most is that in the journey to building a well-populated island with both resources and residents, is just how many little tricks and tips you learn by accident. I didn't really know if any of these were in different games, but from the amount of tips and tricks videos that are on the internet right now, it seems like they're new to most people. So here's a few examples. When you have your net out and you hold A, you can creep to take some certain critters by surprise, and we all know it's very much needed for the fated Tarantula Island. You can tap A when crafting to speed up the process. You need to know how fruit / your character's hunger level can affect resource gathering. You can create fish bait to use it to draw in bigger and rarer fish. And the fact that you can plant money trees after digging up bells from the ground. Now, you more than likely know all of this already, but for someone who was brand new to the series, discovering little things like this kind of by myself it just created this massive sense of accomplishment in me, and it's something that not a lot of games have done. In fact, Animal Crossing has given me one of the most sustained feelings of accomplishment in any game I've played in a long time. Yeah, battle royales and shooters provide that short adrenaline boost, but once the round is over, it's gone. In fact, with most games, there's moments of joy, but the uplift is short. Even with long arching narratives, you're mostly just playing for the endgame payoff, and sometimes it's not even there. There's just been nothing that compares to Animal Crossing for me right now, and that's difficult to kind of admit as someone who's been quite critical in the past of the franchise. With the ever-changing island life bringing in new seasons, new creatures, new fish, and new seasonal events to take part in, I cannot wait to commit myself to sticking with my villager and my island for the long haul. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you have anything to say, pop it in the comments. I'll try my best to respond to everything. Drop a like and a subscribe, and you have a great day.